Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's get into today's episode. So today we're going to be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, episode 2. So the episode started with the conversation between Melody and Stormy. So Stormy was basically like, oh yeah, I've been trying to reach out to you, all of that. Mel pretty much shut it down. And she said that one of the things that they used to joke about was the fact that they were both not super needy friends. So it was like a bit odd that Stormy is now suddenly becoming super needy. I think for me, the way I like to see it is the older you get in a lot of like your friendships, you just find that you don't talk to each other regularly. You go stretches of time without speaking, but then when you pick it up, it's all good, it's all love. There is no issue. And so it's quite shocking that a whole issue is being made of it. Also, it's tiring because it feels like this is Destiny's storyline all over again. Like, I'm tired of that. And I also heard that the ratings for Love and Marriage Huntsville was quite low. I'm not surprised it's low because people are tired of the recycled storyline. You need to give us something different for us to continue to watch. I don't know if you guys picked up on this, but during the conversation with Stormy, Mel looked like she was over it. Mel looked like she was bored. She's just like, oh, why am I having this sort of conversation yet again? Anyways, moving on from that, Kimmy was having a talk with Mattel and started asking him about, are there moments that he wishes he still had Melody to be able to share things with, or at least had someone that he could share moments with. And he was like going on about he misses being married and he misses having his person. And then Kimmy was like, you guys were such a force to be reckoned with. I'm like, stop encouraging Mattel. You know the crazy things this man has done on and off camera. Because we know you're on social media, you know the things that has been happening. So I don't understand why Mattel gets all this sympathy, but you guys can't give any grace to Melody ever. It's just surprising. It's annoying, to say the least. So I don't even know why she was entertaining the conversation with Mattel. Mattel was very much given, I want my wife back. But you ain't never going to get her back because she is not leaving whoever it is that she's dating to date you. With all that behavior, it's like even if there was ever going to be a reconciliation, you have dogged her out so publicly, she would be silly to take you back. Like, that's what it's given. It's almost like you've dogged her out, you've publicly embarrassed her. So it would be humiliation times 1,000 for her to ever take you back. Most people have side chicks that don't disrespect their main chicks, right? This side chick has disrespected from day one and continues to do so. So she ain't going to be excited. She ain't going to be jumping for joy at the idea of taking his ass back. So, they were still at Kimmy's party. Melody was getting ready to leave and Mattel decided that he wanted to walk around. So he's like, let me walk you to your car. And she's like, no, I'm good. I parked in the front. And he kept pressing the issue. I have so many issues with that. If someone says no, accept what they're saying and move on. I don't appreciate, someone, like, for instance, I'm vocalizing what I want, but you're assuming that I want something else. If I've said, as a grown-ass woman, I'm saying to you, I don't need you to walk me out. If I wanted you to walk me, I would say, yes, sure, thank you. If I said no, then I mean no, like, let it go, sir. It just reminded me of how he was pushing the whole prayer thing. Like, no one wants to pray for you. No one wants you to be a prayer point. Like, stop it, sir. You're doing too much. The part that really annoyed me, I have to say, is when Tiffany and Louis got involved. Like, that was it for me. How dare Louis be saying, oh, he's just trying to do something nice. He's just trying to be a gentleman. No, you weren't a gentleman when you were putting your PP in Ariane Curry. You weren't when you got the side chick pregnant multiple times, allegedly. So no, let's not try to act like this man is some prim and proper dude who is not aggressive with women, allegedly. And another part that really disgusted me, I have to say, was the fact that Mattel had the audacity to say, oh, I know she didn't mean it. No. This is what people who end up assaulting women do. where a woman says no and then they're like, oh, she didn't mean it. No, how do you know she doesn't mean it? If she says it out of her mouth, let's hold her to what she has said. Like, seriously, she is a grown-ass woman. She's entitled to her choice. And I love how Melody said, I wish that my feelings were respected. I wish that my wishes were respected. I completely agree. It's like, imagine working with someone who does not respect your boundaries, who is constantly trying to test you, who is constantly trying to be in presence, who is constantly trying to disturb your peace. Like, it must be so frustrating having to show up to filming and deal with Mattel's sorry ass. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. Am I the only one that is bugging about this whole thing? Let me know in the comment section below. I know some people say, oh, it's a nice gesture. But the thing is, Mattel has done so many things. And even whilst he was trying to do that, he took her to court for full custody, guys. Like, let's put that in perspective. I know most of the things he does it in a way it doesn't come on the show. And so everyone is looking at what Melody is doing, but not focusing on, seriously, what is Mattel doing behind the scenes? The part that really annoyed me was the fact that he was making it seem like it was a safety issue. First things first, you're filming, there's cameras. If it's a safety issue, they would see it. They're gonna film her. So if it's a safety issue, they're gonna know. So why are you suddenly caring for her safety when you were leaving the house during COVID to put your pee in another woman's vagina unprotected? You did not think, oh wait, perhaps there is a safety issue here. You didn't care about her safety. You didn't care about your safety. You didn't care about the safety of your children. Why are you suddenly crying safety now? Like, seriously, it doesn't make any sense. Let's move on to the conversation between Kimmy and Maurice. That was hella awkward. Like, I don't know. They don't have any chemistry. Their dynamic is odd. I'm not here for it. It sounds like Maurice just wants to gossip. And then Kimmy is like, let's not talk about Mel. That was the vibe it was given. And so I honestly don't agree with Maurice on a lot of things. But one thing I did agree with him was the fact that Mattel is double-minded and unstable. And I loved when he said, a man that is double-minded is unstable in his ways. And I'm like, yep, exactly what Mattel is. I don't agree with Maurice on a lot of things, but that was freaking spot on. Maurice Luther King, well done. Like, seriously, I give you that. Like, 1 minute is acting like the devil. The next minute, he wants her back. The next minute, he is such a gentleman who wants to walk her to her car. The next minute, he does not love her. He doesn't want to be with her. The next minute, he sends out 10 dozen roses. Like, seriously, get a grip, sir. Decide what you want and stay there. That is the energy that I respect. Like, one thing I don't understand is, why is Kimmy such a Mattel sympathizer? I personally think that Mattel has pretty privilege. And people be like, oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? Seriously. Because he's a good-looking man, I feel like he gets away with murder. A lot of the women on the show think he's attractive, and so they cannot reconcile how he behaves with what he looks like. So they just take what he looks like as, oh yeah, you know, he's just in his feelings, he's just this, because they're like, oh, how can someone so good looking be behaving like that? They can't reconcile both. So to them, they're just like, it's a situational thing, when that is the core of who he is, and that's a character issue. I don't appreciate it, but I think it's something I've noticed from like season 1, when it's like, when they speak to Mattel, they're always very sympathetic about his position. Like, how can you be sympathetic with someone who was constantly cheating on his wife, had got the side chick pregnant multiple times? Side chick allegedly had abortions for him. So, like, seriously, why are we sympathizing like he made a mistake? It was a continuous act that he kept doing, and he didn't stop. So, like, why are we suddenly acting like, oh, he's such a good man? No, he ain't a good man. A good man does not do that. A good man would not throw away his family like that. Like, let's stop making excuses for Martel because he is a good-looking man. I can bet £1,000 if he was an unattractive man that was behaving like this, no one will give him any grace. Nobody. Like, people will not give him the grace they give him right now. So that's why I think he has pretty privilege. Let me know if you agree or disagree. It's a safe space. You can disagree with me. Let me know in the comment section below. Let's talk about the conversation between Chris Fletcher, Mattel, and Neil Fletcher. So Chris and Neil were meant to be meeting for a date night, and then Mattel basically showed up to the date, okay? I don't know if Mattel knew that Neil was going to be there. I don't think he expected her to be there, but let's just say Neil grilled him the way I needed him to be grilled. Someone needs to hold Mattel's ass to the fire. So Mattel starts talking about how, the custody thing, he wants to co-parent, but Melody isn't really on the co-parenting thing. And apparently he's not cool with the whole 20-something babysitters watching the children. So Neil was like, what 20-something? Like, Mattel, seriously, I don't believe that. And I appreciated when she said that, because the truth is Mattel likes to say 20-something. The same way he said, it's not like you guys don't have 20-something women between you guys. Every single thing Mattel can say is 20-something. In my opinion, Mattel probably can't count more than 20 because everything is 20-something. And so for me, I'm a bit like, seriously, it's not making any sense. But I love how Neil was not quick to accept his position. She was just a bit like, so what's going on with you and Sheree? So he's like, we're just like talking. He did not agree that Sheree was the one. It is clear that the relationship is just for publicity. Like, there is nothing there. Nothing. It's just a publicity stunt. But of all the people you can use for publicity, Mattel, hold. This man will sell you out very soon. So keep at it. And you gonna learn. She by Sheree. She don't pay. Like, seriously. Okay. Now let's talk about Tisha. I actually appreciated the fact that Tisha was talking about opening a real estate brokerage. I actually like seeing her boss up. Like, I know she's definitely come a long way since the season 1 housewife. Now she's trying to boss up, which I absolutely appreciate. I would like to see more of that on the show. Like, I would appreciate everyone facing their business, everyone trying to work and get their money. I don't appreciate the constant, what's Melody doing? Let's all focus on building our businesses and building generational wealth. That's what I'm about. That's what I want to see on the show. I want to see Black excellence. So finally, the good sis now decided to bring it to Melody. So she brought the conversation that Mattel was having with them at dinner. She brought it to Melody and was talking about the fact that, it's important to co-parent and whatnot. And this is the point where Melody started to break down. She was actually crying and she was like, he's been lying about her since day one and been lying to her since day one. Like, why would anyone believe what Mattel says? And of course, she corrected the fact that she's never had up to 20 people watching the kids. That's not a thing. And that what Mattel is doing is just in a bid to control her. She also talked about the fact that there have been like multiple times she had to change her number because of things that Mattel has done. And this is the thing. Everyone keeps acting like Mattel is a good man, but he's not. This man has stalked this woman allegedly. This man is constantly showing up to places where she's at. Allegedly, this man is constantly doing things that are aggressive, that are rude, that are not. It's clear. If anyone sues for full custody, that is an aggressive step. For me, if I was dating someone and had kids with them and they sued me for full custody, best believe I'm not going to back down now. Like, if that's how you want to play, let's go. And for him to be controlling her in that way and still want to continue to control her by saying that they should have the same babysitters, so that the babysitter can be giving you information. Like, what is your problem? Like, why are you making such an issue? You are the reason you don't have to see your children every single day. And it's so sad. What is also sad is the fact that people are so hard on Mel. and are only nice to her when they see her breaking down. Like suddenly all the comments were like, oh, I love when she's vulnerable and this. It's like you guys like broken people. You guys like people crying all the time. You guys don't like people focused on their business and trying to move forward. You guys want to see her in the sunken place, but you don't want to be in a sunken place. Like, who wants to be there? But I can understand why she was so emotional. Like, imagine getting married thinking you're having all your children in the marriage. You're thinking you will be able to see your children every single day for the rest of your life. But then that not happening, like, do you know how heartbreaking that is? That you're like, now you have to see your children every other week. That is so upsetting. And so, like, I can only imagine how she felt and, like, why she was, like, crying and stuff. And before we're like, oh, I'm sure that's how Mattel felt. It was self-inflicted. So if he feels that way, that's the consequence of his action, okay? But it's annoying that Melody has to pay for Mattel's actions. Now she can't see her children every day. So, like, what really is the point? But anyways, that's all I have to say on the episode. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought of this episode. Please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you know every single time that I post. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Bye.